Hi, you guys. This is Jen. I made a little vintage decorated box because I just got done with a project, and when I get done with a project, I like to do something to clear my mind before I start my next order. So, this is just a little box. It's wood and it's about 4 inches square. It's got little hardware on it, which is cute. The top has this is tissue paper, doilies, music paper, book paper, and this really cute little image. I think I got that from Sue Olson. And some trim here. I guess it could be lace, whatever. And there's hinges on the back, and the bottom has tissue paper decoupaged on it. And then you open it up, and there is a really cute image of a little girl on the inside cover. Same thing, it's got some hand stitching, not hand stitching, machine stitching. I couldn't do that neatly. And music paper and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought that was such a cute image. And of course, here is your little hidden journal inside. And then there's a bunch of papers down here on the bottom. And I put a bird cutout and it says soar. And yeah, just something to cover the bottom of the box. And then you have this little journal. The box is 4 inches square, so I guess the journal would be approximately 3 inches or 3.5 inches. And it's closed with some seam binding. And there's just some trim on the front and this little bit of, I don't know what you call that, embroidery or something with the little roses and some leaves on there, and then this trim behind it. It's got one signature, and I may put something on there to cover it. The problem is I have to keep it really kind of clean in order to fit in the box with the lid shut. There's a piece of trim on the back and some paper and doily. So, anyway, then there's this little piece of fabric with a little rusted pin on it, and it's got three little uh, pearls. And I hate it when I listen to these journals and I always say or actually. I say both of those things all the time. So I'm going to try not to do that. In here is a little bit of lace crocheted. There's the and here is a little tiny, just a piece of paper for journaling on. It's got a pretty decoration on the front and a girl on the back. And then there's a little pocket over here that you can slide in on that fabric. And this is just some butterflies and some roses on the back. And that goes in the little side pocket, and this goes in the little front pocket. And here's a really pretty little girl, and this says, "It makes me feel strong when I play, and the wind comes over the moor." That was a little clip out of the book Secret Garden, and I just love book pages and words that make me think of something else, like just inspires me to think about something different. So here is a page, and the music paper said "I rise and sing" on the music. And I put, this is a picture of a bird. It's actually a stamp that I got from Cindy McDermott. She sent me an envelope, and she has the prettiest stamps, and she always stamps the outside of the envelope. And I always save whatever she sends because they're really cool. And here is some just tissue paper decoupaged over a piece of book paper. And then we have a picture of a little girl here, and there are tuck spots behind her. Here's a tag, little room for journaling, and a little bit of a poem by Lord Byron stuck on there. And that also has like a napkin decoupage. Says she wanted to play among the stars, so she wished for wings. And this stamp the butterfly was also on the envelope I got from Cindy McDermott. I'm not kidding when I tell you I save everything, because I save everything. And here's a little page with some fabric and some lace and a little picture. It's very faded. It looks like a little fairy with some wings. And there's some cutout paper behind that. And here is a little picture of a little girl. I got that out of a magazine. I thought she was so pretty. And behind her picture, there is a little tuck spot. And here is some paper that it's a book page, and I painted it with blue paint so you could write on it. And there's Bunny. Hooray! We found Bunny, and he's so excited to be here, and thanks you for all your kind comments. Apparently, there are some bunny lovers out there besides just me, so thank you for that. And this little piece of fabric I just sewed on there so that when sometimes on these tiny books, when you stick them in, they go in too far, and they're hard to get out. So you can just pull on the fabric and it brings the paper out. And here is a image of a cutout bird cut out of uh, book pages. I hate it when my mind just goes blank. I'm sitting here just talking along, and then all of a sudden it's like, what did I say? Okay, there's some fabric behind that. I get these cutouts from Cindy McDermott, and here's something that says botanical tea. Behind that, there is a picture of a teapot. You can't see it very well because I covered it over with the words. And here's just a couple of tags I stuck in there. One says who, and the other one is some kind of a store with some flowers on it, just some kind of an advertisement. And there's a little piece of fabric behind that. And this is a little page with a little pocket, and those are the little pockets I have a punch for, and some decorative paper. And then I took this little envelope that I made, and I decoupaged it with a napkin, and inside is just a piece of paper. It says, "He laughed." And there's a picture of a cutout of a dove. I actually got that from Jan Del Bone. And it's just paper for all of your journaling needs, because journaling is so important and so therapeutic. So I wanted to be sure and give you plenty of paper so you can jot down all your secret thoughts, hopes, dreams, wishes. Here's a little bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is, but he's cute. He's on some dictionary paper. And it says, Mary was at the window in a moment, and it was opened wide, and birds' songs were pouring through. That's also from The Secret Garden. And I just said, again. Here is a little page. Down here is a little girl eating her porridge or whatever, and I think this is a nursery rhyme or something, and there's the three mice, there's a rose, this is a Queen of Hearts playing card, a tiny one, and this is just a pretty, I don't know, she's got butterfly wings, maybe a fairy, and on the back it's decoupaged, and there's another little bird cut out, and that just slips down here in the tuck spot. And here's a picture of a lady, and on the side it says, her maid is gone, and she prepares to write, first hovering over the paper with her quill. I don't know where I find these things. I read a lot. I don't tear up books that I love. I have a whole library full of books that I love. But sometimes when I'm reading a book, or I get a book of poetry or something, I will just see a little line of the poem that I like, or that gives me an image in my mind, and so I'll just tear it out and save it. I have all these little pieces all over the place. This says, he is not like anyone else in the world. And there's a tuck spot behind this young man. There's one for typewriters, and here is just a number 2. I sprayed some doily ink over the doily or coffee stain, and it made those images or pattern or whatever. And here's a little tiny frame, and inside the frame is a little cherub angel. I thought that was so cute. Here's a little piece of a quilt and some cheesecloth over here. And here's another little girl I thought was very cute. And then here's a bird and some doily and different things that are layered. It says, gazing with a timid glance on the brooklet's swift advance, on the river's broad expanse. That was written by Lord Byron. I'm sure there was more to it than that. Here's another page with some tissue paper decoupage and doily, and I got these little canvas birds at Hobby Lobby. They're just, you know, stamped on a piece of canvas, and I thought they were kind of cute. And here's a heart and a crown. It says France. Some trim over here. And here is a pocket. There's a little tag with a key on it and some you know, seam binding. Yay, seam binding. And here's a little heart I cut out, and I covered it with a piece of fabric. And the back of it's just plain. So you could go ahead and journal on that. You know, you could write a lot of stuff there. And this heart, this little tag is just, I don't know, something cute. And then this is the back cover, and it also has that crocheted trim. And then inside, here's a little, one of those little tiny tags. And of course, I turned it into a little booklet because that's what I do. Here's a little tiny bit of flowers, some music paper, a little heart that says magic. Here's a little bird cutout and a little thing that says honey almond cereal. That's cream. I'm sorry, cream. That's a stamp I have. And then there's a little cutout of a tiny flower. And then the back has a pretty little rose on a piece of paper. And here is a little tuck spot. And it says magic down there at the bottom. This is also for journaling purposes. And you just tuck that all back together and it sticks right back in here. And that is the end of that little booklet, and that just sticks in here. And so, and then here's the back of the journal. So, you know, it's just for fun. It's a little cute thing. You sit on your shelf, and then somebody opens it up, and there's a cute little book inside, you know, for a gift or for yourself or whatever. So, that will be available in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye.